Hey everybody, Dave Dubs here. Listen, last week I got one of the craziest calls I've gotten in my entire career. As you know, I've been full-time in the network marketing industry for over 12 years. I've done a lot of things. But I gotta be honest, I am more excited now than I've ever been because nothing this big has ever hit my plate. And when I tell you what this is, a lot of you will probably fall off your chairs. And if you don't, you definitely should. So listen, I'm sitting at my desk and I get a call last week and these guys are talking about starting a company. You got to understand, where I've been in my career, I get these calls daily. Nothing really excites me. Not to mention, you know, I'm already killing a company right now. You know, I hit diamond in 6 days. I went triple diamond in 8 months. So, you know, it takes a lot to get me really interested in anything, let alone pique my ears and my attention. But all of a sudden I heard some magic words and I totally listened and said, I got to know more. I found out that a new company was launching, but it wasn't a new company. See, a lot of companies launch, you know, I've been part of them, you know, part of kind of one now that's been around for about 8 months, where, you know, you got to worry, people always say, it's a startup, do you know if it's going to last, this kind of thing. Well, what if you had a new company getting started that was backed by a company that did over $1 billion with a B, dollars. Do you realize right now there's only 11 companies that has ever made $1 billion in the network marketing industry? So, you know, you get all these emails, you see thousands of deals. All these people are like, hey, my deal pays the best, or hey, this is the deal you got to be in. But when you look through history, there's only been 11 companies that hit $1 billion in sales. I mean, that's crazy. Well, what if this company did it faster than any of the other 11? And they said, hey, listen, we're going to take millions and millions of dollars and we want to launch a brand new company and we're going to fund it. So now you have a startup that's not really a startup, is it? You have a startup with millions of dollars behind it. It's not like, you know, there's a guy that's a top earner and he decides to branch off and start his own company and takes his money and tries to fund the whole thing. That happens a lot in this industry. Okay, but right here what you have is a $1 billion giant that says, look, we're going to fund the whole thing, we're going to rock and roll, and we're going to make history again. Well, if you know history, the first time around, they hit $1 billion faster than any company ever in history and made more millionaires faster than any other company in history, and they're going to do it again. Wouldn't that pique your attention? Because I was like, I threw out my chair and said, how quick can you get me to the home office? Literally, how quick can you do that? They literally called me on a Friday and I was on a plane and at their home office in Salt Lake City in less than a week later. I got there on Thursday and I couldn't wait to get there, okay, because I was excited. Okay, so now I'm going to spill the beans and tell you what I'm so excited about. The company that's behind this whole thing is Monavie. Okay, actually right now, I'm in an awesome office. I'm in Dallin Larson's, the owner of Monavie's office, filming this video. Okay, when I came here, I've been to a lot of home offices. I've been to rinky-dink home offices and you walk around and you're like, wow, this is really the backbone of the company. When you're here, you know they did $1 billion. There's about 20 conference rooms just on this floor alone. I mean, it's some of the most high-end office I've ever seen. You know it's a $1 billion company. I mean, you walk around and you just feel the money everywhere. Okay, that's you feel success. You feel the money. So right away, I'm super comfortable. Okay, because you know what's behind it. I mean, there's a model of an airplane over here on this desk that says Monavie on it. There's the IndyCar back here on the wall. I mean, it's crazy, right? Well, here's what they're doing. They wanted to launch a new company for the younger generation. Okay, and do something. They wanted to have a pitch that said, we're different. Everything you know about network marketing and MLM, forget. Because we're going to launch something so new, so fresh, so big, that it's going to literally rock the industry. Okay, the industry's not even going to know what hit them. And they're calling the company Mynt. I love it. 4 letters, M-Y-N-T, Mynt. You can do a lot with that. Make a mint, move mint, join the movement. Okay, a lot of cool marketing stuff that we're going to do here. Okay, well, listen, right now as I'm speaking to you, the company's going to launch around April 15th. They plan on giving away 250 cars their first month, trips to Mexico their first month, making people a ton of cash. They want to have the biggest story in MLM. They want to have one of the biggest months that's ever launched in the industry. What does that mean? That means you could be part of it, get a brand new car, make a ton of money, or you could watch everybody else do it and just, you know, putt around with these companies and wish you had that momentum. But, you know, with or without you, the company's doing it. So I'm like, shoot, I like Mexico. I want to go cliff diving. I like new cars, and that's what's going to happen here with this launch with Mint in the very first month. But what if I told you that they brought me in as a consultant to help launch this thing, because you guys know my ideas are crazy. But what if I told you that they did something huge for me? And this is the reason I'm so excited to talk to you right now. They are letting me and my team pre-build a month and a half before anybody else. Are you listening? Okay, please tell me you just heard that. They're letting me pre-build a month and a half earlier than anybody else. Meaning, everybody that comes in this company is gonna come under my team. Are you kidding me right now? I mean, so you can see my excitement. So here's what I'm gonna do. Here's the way I'm gonna build this. And you gotta listen to this real close right now, because you already know that I bring in hundreds of people. Personally, my last deal I signed up 350 people in under 8 months, personally. What I'm gonna do in this deal, so you gotta be quick, is I'm gonna put everybody underneath each other in one straight line. So I'm gonna be placing everybody underneath you. So you're gonna have instant volume. So when that first month comes, get ready for Mexico, go to the store and buy some swim trunks right now. Because if you go out there and you secure a spot, I'm gonna start stacking the deck. I'm gonna start putting everybody underneath each other. Do you think I just put a bunch of average Joes in deals? Everybody knows me, I put big players in deals. So you might jump in, if you're getting this video and watching it right now, and I might put in someone huge underneath you that's gonna build like crazy, and that volume's gonna go underneath you. So you need to take action right now. Mint is coming, you need to join the movement. It's happening in April. We get to pre-build a month and a half early. Hopefully you see my excitement here. I'm in a billionaire's office talking to you, and this is happening. It's real. It's gonna be super fast this year. Some of you are gonna make the most money you've ever made in 2014. All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Hey everyone, Dave Dubs here. If I look really tan, it's because I'm going to a bodybuilding show tomorrow and I got sprayed today, so I look a little crazy. I know you might think I'm looking like an Oompa Loompa or something, but anyway, besides that, I gotta tell you guys, because I keep getting these questions, so I'm gonna answer a few mid questions real quick. First of all, I mean, if Donald Trump came up to you and said, "Listen, I'm going to bring you in my next mega real estate deal," would you sit there and say, "Well, Donald, I'm not real sure about that, Donald. Well, what's it going to cost me? What's my investment going to be? I don't know if I want to spend that money right now. Things are a little tight, or I don't know if I have the time for that." I mean, doesn't that sound asinine? I mean, you guys would think that was the craziest thing. Or if he says, "Hey, I want to pull you on. I want you to be my right-hand man on The Apprentice," and you already know the success of the show, and you're thinking, "Man, I could probably bank if I did that." Would you sit there and wonder all these questions, or would you do it? Would you take action? Well, the people that take action is the difference of people that are questioning things all the time. I mean, when I saw this deal and I knew Montevi was behind it, I knew Montevi made $1 billion faster than Starbucks and Microsoft, I mean, which everybody goes to, and they did it faster, and they said, "Hey, we're launching a new company." I'm in. It took me 1 second, probably a millisecond. So I was just like, man, I missed it the first time. Ain't no way I'm missing that. I watched a lot of millionaires being made. Okay? I'm not sitting there wondering, what's the product? Who cares? Hey, you know what? If they wanted to sell cow manure and paper clips, and they said Montevi's going to be behind it, they're throwing, millions of dollars at it, so I'm in, And, I mean, you'd be crazy not to. I mean, there's not a deal on the planet right now, folks. Not one deal on the planet that has $1 billion founder, okay, company that's throwing money like this at anything. So all these other things people are posting are like this big, while this is this big, okay, and I like big, So other than that, I got to tell you guys a couple other things here about Mint. Okay, they're letting my team pre-build. Why? Okay, because when they launch, they want to give away 250 cars, a bunch of big paychecks, a bunch of trips to Mexico. Well, who are they going to give them to? Basically, we're grabbing spots right now, and then when it's go time, all of us are going to upgrade, and all of us are going to make a bunch of money. The people that are in right now, or coming in right now, guess who the stories are going to be made? They want to be smart. That's how they hit $1 billion in less than 2 years. They realized that the biggest story in the industry, they're not going to come up with the smallest story or the medium-sized story, they're going to come out with a, Louisville Slugger, knock it out of the park, and everybody's just going to have, their hair going like this and be like, oh my gosh, what? Where did this come from? They're going to be having people run as fast as they can into the company when they see the stuff that Mint has done. I mean, these guys have money and they're throwing it out there. They're making a lot of success stories. So my big question to you is, do you want a new car in April when we launch? Do you want to get a nice fat check? Do you want to be one of the people that we feature and tell the story on how you went from here to here? Is that you? Okay, because that is exactly what's going to happen to tons and tons and tons of people that took action and grabbed a spot in Mint. Or are you going to sit there and say, what kind of product is it? I don't know about that. Or, man, I'm looking at this thing over here. Or I'm doing this or that. You got to be kidding me, right? You got to be kidding me. Well, if you're not kidding me, that's all right, because we probably don't want you anyway, okay? Because we're looking for people that know how this industry works and that want to run and want to be top-level earners like that. If that's you, then take a spot ASAP and get involved, because we are having a movement that's is bigger than anything out there. Show me something else that $1 billion company throw millions of dollars like this out of and wants to give away 250 cars in the next month. I don't know it. I don't see it. Again, this is it. So you can sit there and ask all these questions, or you can have faith because you already know what happened. Here's the cool part. You've already seen it happen. They already took their first launch. They hit $1 billion in 2 years, and that's before they had all the infrastructure in place. That's before they knew all this stuff. So don't you think a company that hit $1 billion in 2 years has been around, well over 10 years, has figured a lot more stuff out in that time? Don't you think they know a thing or two? Well, they made more millionaires than any other company the first time around. They're going to do it again. I'm in. Okay? That's all you got to know for now. Talk to you soon.